G'day YouTube, welcome to another episode of the Friday Vape Club. As always, your host Squidly Tris, back for another hardware review for you. Today we are looking at an RTA. That's right, we are looking at the Coilart Mage 2019 edition. This is a little 25mm resin tanky guy thing. What do you think? It doesn't look too bad, all things considered. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to dive down, we'll take a quick look around the Coilart Mage, we'll chuck a build in it, we'll check out the box, then we'll jump back up top, do as we always do, take it for a rip, pros, cons, price, and if I would recommend it. So, while you're here, stick around, watch the video, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Let's get into this. Alright, here we have a closer look at the Coilart Mage RTA 2019. This is the stainless steel and resin edition. As you can see, look at that. Look at the sparkly, kind of looks like a galaxy. I love resin tanks for some reason. It is 25mm in diameter and 55mm tall. So it is a bit of a tall RTA. That's a huge bitch. With the glass installed, it does have a 4.5mm capacity. Down the bottom here, you have got your airflow adjustments and you've got a little stopper there. So turn, it stops, turn, it stops. There is a little bit of resistance to that airflow, which I like. Up the top here, you do have an 810 drip tip, which is match to the tank itself. And then you turn it and opens up the juice fill ports. So you got these massive two big fill ports here for your juices. O-ring or seal up the top here, pop the top back on, turn, and you're done. That's the outside. You've got the little Coilart symbol on the chimney section, and that's it. Apart from that, not a lot of branding. Underneath you have got the Mage, you've got the designed by Coilart, and you do have a solid gold plated 510 pin, which does protrude a fair bit. This all does come apart as well. So unscrew the deck, and then you've got your chimney section. The bubble glass does come off very easily. O-ring up the top to really seal that bubble glass in. Very simple to pull apart and clean. Domed on the inside, and this is the deck section. So you've got 20 of these little airflow holes, which are 1.5mm wide. It is sort of flat postless deck. There is a slight little kind of concave nature to this deck, which is really cool. Phillips head screws to really clamp your coil legs down, and these are your wick ports and your juice ports for the wick. I really dig postless decks. It's very, very easy to build on. You've got to pre-cut your legs, which can be a little bit of a guessing game. So cut and measure, cut and measure, cut and measure. But drop a leg in here, coil across the middle, get them glowing evenly, and away you go. So that's the deck. Let's take a look at the packaging. And this is the packaging that your Coilart Mage RTA 2019 edition comes in. There's a picture of the atomizer right there, Coilart up the top, and the Mage down there. You got a picture of the deck itself. Up the top, it gives you all the colors that you have. My box is pretty fucked up. Then you've got your barcode, all that other shit down here, Coilart down there, and then on the back, you have got sort of a little bit about the product there. You've got your kit contents, your authenticity, and then some warnings and so on and so forth. Box within a box. Open up this, you do get a Mage user manual. You do get a quality certified little card. You do get a spare glass section, which is cool. And you do get spare O-rings and spare flathead screws. And you do get a teeny tiny screwdriver. The Mage RTA 2019 edition. Let's chuck a build in this, and then we'll jump back up top, do the pros and cons of price, and if I would recommend this. Alright, the coils that we are going to be using today are some coil turd aliens, and it should come out to a 0.14 to 0.16 dual coil 3mm inner diameter. A huge shout out to Andrew Hatley from Vapors Haze for passing these coil turd aliens on for me to review and to test out. Let's get into it. So that is what those coils look like. Very nice. I'm just gonna pre-cut them and then we'll install. could have been a little bit closer to the deck. There you go, that's how they sit. Look really nice. Let's glow these and then wick them up. Alright, I want to cut this cotton in line with the bottom of the wick port here. So I'm going to measure and then snip. Just resting on the bottom on both sides. Could have cut a little bit more off here because there's a little bit poking out, but that's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Let's juice this up. Alright, there we had a quick look around the Coilart Mage 2019 RTA. What we're going to do, we're going to take it for a rip. Got it on my Voopoo drag, sitting at 75 watts. My own juice inside. Let's go. Alright, there we go. As you saw, it works. Like most things do. We always talk about the first things: clouds, flavour, and airflow. Airflow wide open, it is a direct lung hit, but it is a little bit restrictive, so to speak. It's not super wide open. It's kind of, I don't want to say it's a restricted lung hit, but there's some restriction there, if that makes sense. You get some pretty decent clouds, and you get some pretty fantastic flavour from this. I was quite surprised. Usually RTAs I don't get the best flavour from, that's why I prefer RTAs, but this one, the flavour's fucking up there. Definitely surprised me. Other pros for this, that build deck. Build deck is super simple. The only tricky thing you might have is cutting your legs a little bit too long or a little bit too short. That's about it. Simply snip your fucking coil legs, drop them in, tighten it down, and wick, and away you go. On that, the wicking ports for this are fucking massive. The juice ports are fucking massive, so you are not going to get any dry hits. Well, depending. If you fucking crank the wattage up, you might, but I haven't had any dry hits from this. So yeah, it's been very surprising. Other pros for this, I love the fill top. Pretty simple, easy turn on and off. Comes with an 810 drip tip. Yeah, sure, it's resin and it matches. You could probably fit your own 810s if you wanted to. It looks all right. I don't mind the fact that it's kind of a bubble glass, but it doesn't really look like a bubble glass. That's kind of cool. Holds a shit ton of juice. Airflow's nice. It's pretty smooth. It's pretty quiet. Let's get into the cons. And this is kind of a subjective con. The resin. It does look a little bit cheap, in my opinion. Now, it does look okay, and I don't mind this resin look, but I think it looks cheap-ish. It's a cheapish looking resin. They could have done it so much better. I have seen better looking resin tanks out there. So I don't know what they've done, but the black and the blue, it could have been a little bit better. It does look a little bit cheap. And the other thing that I don't like about it, and this is really subjective, I had to really fucking nitpick subjective cons here. It's fucking tall. That drip tip and everything there, that is fucking tall. That's a fucking tall RTA. They could have knocked it down a little bit. It might have looked a little bit better. A little short stubby fucker like my penis. But yeah, it's fucking tall and it looks a little bit cheap. That's all I could pick from this. That's pretty much it. That tells you how much I fucking love this Coilart Mage RTA 2019 edition. And the price. I couldn't find this on an Australian website as of recording this, but I could find it on a Aussie, I could find it on a US website for 40 bucks. 40 bucks US, about 55 Australian dollars. That's pretty fucking good for an RTA. I would highly recommend going out and picking up one of these. If you are into RTAs, definitely grab one. I don't think you'll be disappointed. That's all I've got for this episode. Just want to say thanks very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, please share, please subscribe, and remember YouTube, keep it cloudy.